So today's challenge is to find a microphone that is your only microphone. You get to pick one. And of course the question is going to be, that should be easy. What is the purpose? And that's the challenge. You don't know the purpose. You're looking for something that is going to be good across several different applications. So stick around. Alright guys, so in the process of my random thoughts, I started thinking about, what if I had to choose a single microphone that I was maybe going to outfit my company with for employees or whatever, and I was going to throw these things into kits. What would I select as being the most versatile microphone solution? Now, that doesn't mean that it's perfect for any given situation, but it is implying that you're looking for something that is good to excellent in a lot of different situations. And so that's kind of what the challenge was. And I had to, at first I was going to select something like the Tascam DR60 or the Zoom H6. I started thinking about something like that. But first of all, the DR60 doesn't even have a microphone. You'd have to add one onto it, and then we're back to square one. And as far as the Zoom H6, that was more fitting the bill because you can add different microphone modules to tailor the sound for different applications. You got your USB interface, your multi-track recording capability. You got a lot of that stuff built in there. But I had to start thinking at that point, now you're not talking about a microphone, you're talking about a device and, for specific purposes. So I had to kind of roll back from that, and I had to think, no, affordable solutions, you're looking for a microphone. What is the most versatile microphone? And I came up with the Zoom H1. Now that seems like, it's like, what? This inexpensive little, and that leads me to bullet point number one. Is the reason for that selection is because of the cost of the unit. You can buy these things under $100. I think they go for $120 regularly, but on sale you can get them under $100. So that's the biggest benefit as far as an affordable solution goes. Is the cost is very reasonable. Number two is the form factor of the unit. It's very small. You can hold it in your hand. It's not obtrusive. In fact, many people often use these things as lapel mics. They put them in a shirt pocket or someplace else they can be concealed, and then they'll use it in the same capacity they might use a lapel mic. So that's how small these things are. They're easy to conceal, and I thought that was a great feature as well. Bullet point number three is its recording capability. Let's say you're not even looking for a microphone per se, so much as you're looking for a voice recorder. Maybe you are looking for something, for lectures to record your professor, or you're in meetings, or you just need a note taker for work. But just as being a quick on-the-fly voice recorder, I'm baffled that people are paying double the price for decent voice recorders, for that specific purpose. But the Zoom H1 is really very capable as far as that particular purpose goes, and it's very simple. The interface is, if you look online, a lot of the dedicated voice recorders, the number one complaint that people have with those is complexity. They don't like, the way the menus work. They're hard to figure out, hard to transfer files. In the case of the Zoom H1, it has an SD card, and you can just transfer that, use that to transfer files to your computer if you don't want to have to deal with whatever drivers or USB mode or anything like that. So that's number three, is just the fact that it has the added option to record, but that's not really its main function. So number four is the audio quality that I get from the H1. And the audio quality is so good and so realistic that you can see these French doors behind me. That one day I had gotten up to go get a drink, and I came back in, the door creaked. I didn't know the recorder was still recording, but the door creaked, and then I came back and sat down, and in the course of playback of this, at some point, I had my headphones on, and the sound was so natural, I could almost not distinguish it. In fact, in this case, I didn't distinguish it from not having the headphones on. That's how realistic it was. And in the course of this playback, I heard the door creak and I heard footsteps, and I was almost sure somebody was in the house. And I was really freaked out by it, and then I had to roll myself back and say, oh, wait a minute, the recorder. Wow, the recorder's still playing. And this is over, I wouldn't consider them very expensive headphones. I was just using Sony MDR V7500s, and they were, they're kind of old school. They've been around a long time. They're good headphones, but I wear them because they're comfy, mostly not because of sound reproduction. But the sound was so realistic in this combination of devices that it freaked me out to that level. And so that's the level of natural recording that you're getting out of this device. So that's just something to be sensitive to. When you have that level of natural reproduction in a microphone, to me, I've used them before for recording instruments. With that in mind, I think they're just equally as well. If you put them in proximity to your mouth, I think they could just be used every bit as well for YouTube, podcasting, and some of these other, even instrument recording, with great results. Again, are they $1,000 condenser? No, but again, in affordable solutions, you get one mic to pick, and so it's because of that, because of all those reasons. I mean, even for podcasting, put a pop filter in front of it, get it close to your mouth. That mic is going to do great for podcasts, just great. And especially with a little post-processing, if you needed to filter something out, as far as a frequency goes or whatever, that's easy to do. Anyway, moving on, bullet point number 5, and this sounds easy, but to me, this was invaluable, is the fact that the Zoom H1 has a 1/4-20 thread mount in the bottom of it, meaning that you can mount this thing to a tripod, to a camera. It sounds easy. It's not easy. It really isn't, because there's so many devices out there that don't have that. You've got to come up with some way to mount it to things, and then you have that thing. It's just such a small unit that for you to be able to adapt it to a tripod or a camera or something, or a boom pole or a mic stand, that feature in itself, that one little feature, just having that threaded mount in the device, just makes all the difference for convenience purposes. So that's my reasoning behind it. I love that microphone. I think it's great. And its versatility is simply unmatched. I'll talk to you later.